So we've scraped the initial epoxy off of the seam, but what I always do, no matter how good and how well you squeeze it, you always end up with little microscopic holes or pits in the epoxy in that little line there. And I know that sounds kind of picky or anal or whatever, but that's why our jobs turn out good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the epoxy just a bit. So I added a little bit more of buff and a little bit more gray. You see the difference in the color of this epoxy and that epoxy. So what that does, it's just like camouflage. You know, you got 3 or 4 different shades of green, or the desert camo, you got 3 or 4 different shades of buff or brown. You know, the same with the seam. You want to camouflage it in there so that it blends in. So with this, you know, we want 3 or 4 different shades of white, gray, or black. So we got our initial in there, which is a light, more of a buff color. Now we're going with our secondary, which is, it's not a dark gray, it's not a light gray, it's somewhere in the middle. And if you know anything about paint and colors and things like that, heck, there's probably 50 different whites, you know, there's 50 different grays. So you just want to do the best you can to camouflage this in and give the customer the best product that you can. With the secondary coating of epoxy here, you want to use a razor blade and just smooth that on, because remember, all you're putting it in is little microscopic holes. So you don't want to leave a bunch of epoxy sitting on top of that you got to scrape off with a razor, because there's a possibility it pulls out of those holes. So we're just going to leave that on there now and let it dry. And we're going to polish the front while that's drying. So not only are we not going to be touching that, but the friction that comes from that will help warm up the stone and help dry that out a little faster. Everything I do, I try to, you know, multitask. By doing one thing, I help something else get finished. The only issue that comes with doing it this way is when you spray your water to keep your dust out, you want to make sure your water don't get on that until it dries. So usually with my first pad, my 100, I don't use any water. And what I'm doing on the front here is it's not perfect. It never is. When you put a seam together in the front, you have a little bit sticks over. It's not enough to stop my razor. Maybe on the bottom it is, but you want to polish that as flat as you can get it for the customer. So I'll show you. And it does make a lot of dust if you don't use water. Also on the bottom where that epoxy pushed out, where people can feel it, you want to smooth that down. Now you can see, even with the camera and the phone, how much smoother that is there. And then I rolled the top over and I smoothed that bottom out. So I won't bore you with watching me polish this whole front. I just wanted to kind of show you what we're doing there. And Charles, you can go ahead and stop it. Yeah, this is cool. So what we got here is a 1-hole faucet. It's the most common faucet. Gooseneck pulls out. Found center, mark it. It's going to be centered to your sinkhole. It's also going to be centered to your window. Mark for center line, then I go 2 inches back. I always leave a little bit of stone to overlap my sink so you don't see that gap between the sink and the stone that you put silicone in. Some people make it flush and they run their bead, and you can see the bead and it looks nice for about the first 3 or 4 months. But then after you use it over and over and over in food and mildew and washing it, that silicone will kind of change colors a little bit and it'll get stuff build up on it, and it just won't look nice and clean. So I feel that in all my years of experience, this is the best way to do it. And that's from my experience, that's from going back on jobs, seeing it after they've been there years, going to jobs that aren't even ours and seeing, you know, tops that have been there 10 years and what that silicone looks like afterwards. So this is the best way to do it.
Cleanest look.
Yeah, definitely the cleanest look. Sammy knows too, he's seen it. This is a Terminator 1 3/8 faucet hole bit. In my opinion, the best bit on the market, hands down. It drills the holes, I mean, like 10 times faster than the other one, don't it, Sam? So I'll show you right now. It's usually about a 2-minute process to drill a faucet hole. So here we go. Main thing, you start at an angle and then you work your way up, because these bits will slide off if you don't know what you're doing, and that'll mess up a whole countertop. We're good. It's not a big deal to drill a faucet hole. I like to wait until we get out here on the job site to drill them, because you know your sink is always your weakest point of any countertop, your sink hole, because you got a 4-inch bar in the front, and usually you got somewhere between 5 and 6 in the back. We've got like 6 1/4 of the back bar. But then you go and you take an 1 3/8 bit, which makes about an 1 5/8 hole away from that 6 1/4, and then you don't have a whole lot of meat back there. Now we do put carbon fiber rotting in the front and the back that makes it stronger, but you know, seeing the fact it only takes 2 minutes, why not eliminate that risk and just drill it on site? We have completed the job here. We used the transparent white silicone to go from the countertop to the cabinet. Painter's caulk around the back, even though he is putting tile. It'll keep anything from getting down behind his drywall into his cabinet until he gets his tile in. Same here, transparent white. You saw me fab that so it fits in there really good. This area over here, same thing, painter's caulk in the back. I left him 30 1/8 for a stove to go in. We left it out because he's going to do his tile. Same here, painter's caulk in the back. Here's our sink, 1 hole faucet. I do need to put that faucet in there and make sure it fits in there real good. Under here, we put him a dishwasher bracket. And my favorite part of the job is the seam right here. We've got the veining going from left to right from the brother-sister slab. You can see the line a little bit, but it's perfectly smooth. I think it turned out beautiful, and I just think the whole job turned out awesome. Well, I'm not going to disconnect this whole faucet. Well, yeah, I will. Alright, I put that faucet in there just to make sure it fits. Of course, once he tightens his bolts and stuff down on there, it'll set perfectly flush and all that, centered up. So I think it was a great job. He was a awesome customer. Very happy to have done work for him and his family. I hope his wife likes the job, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or any comments about anything, feel free to leave it down at the bottom and I will answer. I stay pretty busy here, so sometimes it takes me a little while to get back to you, but I will reply. So thanks again. I'm out.